What's good, people? We back with a new video. You know what it is. It's your boy James Mack, and I got a quick video today. Talk to you guys. I got two topics, man. We're gonna get right into the first topic. It's some sad news. If you haven't heard, an inventor by the name of Joe Fels passed away at the age of 40. And if you don't know who this person is, he was one of those influencers online. He lived off the grid, and he was actually a creative inventor. Creating free energy was something that he was trying to, make public and possibly the world. And the reason I'm speaking on this, he mysteriously passed away after revealing this. And if you know the history of the world and people that try to make life-changing things for the greater humanity, they end up missing or disappearing or somehow unaliving themselves. His cause of death hasn't came out yet, but he was on the path to do something great. And I seen some videos of him. And if you don't know, he's the best friend or good friend of the guy from Georgia that made the plastic into gasoline. He called it plastiline. Yeah. So they were friends, and the plastiline guy, he spoke about, helicopters flying over his house and him being harassed, and he came up missing, but he disappeared because he was getting harassed because he was turning plastic into gasoline. And, that's a big thing too. So they were good friends, and it's weird. You know what I mean? Like I said, to talk about the guy that passed away, he was living off the grid, and I seen one video where he made enough energy to power one home for 3 months off of his, his inventions or his solutions that he found. And eventually he wanted to try to, do that on a global scale. And he ended up, like I said, being found or was unalived. In what manner, I don't know. It's been about a week. His cause hasn't came out. They haven't did an autopsy, or they could have, but they ain't releasing no information on what happened or what they're going to say happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, I thought it was real. I thought it was real sad. You know what I mean? And he also, what was that struck out to me, he is a big, advocate of collecting really old books. And he came across like the old Bible, some like Illuminati types books. I forgot the name of it, man, but he found books in the Bible that have been taken out of the King James and the Old Testament. He found those books, and he was speaking on that, and he wanted to upload all of the books after he did his research on each of those old books online and create a group where everybody can discuss the real history, because they take those books out of the Bible, like the book of Enoch and all of that stuff, and he was gonna put that online soon. He's been doing this research for years and years, a long time. So it was crazy to me that this happens after he says this, and the things that he's doing, he just disappeared. It kind of reminded me of that one guy that he had a engine that he turned, it ran off of water, basically. I think it was like hydrogen powered or something like that. He disappeared. You know what I mean? That happened. That was years ago, but it's the same difference. You know what I mean? Somebody come out with something that can change the world, and these big companies and corporations that tax us every day for said invention that could help, they disappear. And I want to say condolences to him and his family, but yeah, it's real sketchy to me, but yeah, like with the books and things, like I said, I like what he was saying about the books, because our history, they only gonna tell you what they want you to know. If they know the real truth, they're not gonna tell you the entire truth, because it doesn't fit their narrative of what they need to put out to the masses or what they want you to believe. in reality, in all honesty, everybody should know the truth, the full truth, whether you like it or not. And it's up to that individual to decide whether they can accept this or they can't. But at least we know, it's like I told you, you see the truth, you take it for what it is, and then evaluate it the way you need to and let it tailor to your life. But they don't do that because it must be something that is so important that they're willing to take certain books out of the Bible. Like even he had and I forgot the book, but when the guy got eaten by the whale, he found the book where after the whale spit him out, it tells a story after that. And he had that book. I didn't, I just did like a quick view of, certain things that he was into. But yeah. And then the name I was saying, I just remembered the Freemason book, like the rules and regulations and things about that. Like these books he got is like from the 1930s and older. These are not just like some regular books. Like, and a lot of people saying like, where are those books at? Did they come up missing? Did they disappear conveniently, after his passing? So those are the things, man, that he really was into and was willing to put his life on the line, his life's work out there for us to really do research or just talk about it and politic over it and, like minds and, open up discussion and really share the real truth for everybody to see. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that, and I seen some people in the comments saying that they would be willing to take over where he was, his work or whatever. But who's to say? I don't know how he passed, but it's real sketchy. And I'm pretty sure if the way I'm thinking it happened, those books are gone. His inventions are gone, and it's very weird. And it's like I said, it's been about a week. I haven't heard anything about how he passed. And it's like, I don't know. It's very weird. But I just wanted to bring that to my people, man. And hopefully you guys do some research on it because he was kicking some real game, man. Shout out to him. Rest in peace to him. And yeah, that's very, very sad. So we'll end it there. And I'm going to get right into the next topic. The next topic, man, is something I had written down in my notes. Basically, I just want to ask my people a question. Is technology taking over our free will? Our cell phone is what I'm mainly talking about. Is it taking over your free will? Do you have control over your cell phone? Is it the new alcohol? Is it the new weed? Is it the new cigarette? Can you put it down? Because think about this. And I know you see it. If I see it, you see it. You go outside and you go anywhere in the public, people are like this, scrolling like on their phone. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's crazy, to see that and everybody not looking up. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody's, doing what they need to do as far as like being productive in life. Not saying that you're not, but it's consuming you in a way that you can't get away from. It's always there. It's like, they have this thing where, people think their phone is going off and it's not. It's like a phantom thing. It's like wired in your brain. And is it taking away our free will? Some people, I agree. I think so. Some people, and then it gets to the point it gets scarier because have you ever had your phone and been thinking about something and then it pops up on your screen, which is weird. You don't even have to say it sometimes, but they're learning us. They're listening all the time. I know that. But then on a bigger scale, I just recently seen a video where they talk about frequencies, and our mind, our thoughts is a frequency. You know what I mean? And they said like the phone has frequencies where it can pick up what we're thinking because we always have it with us. So eventually it becomes a part of us. And they say that your frequency just transfers to that phone and it feeds you things you think about through advertisements and, food and things like that. And I mean, if you can understand what I'm saying or you've experienced what I'm saying, then it's kind of true. even though, you know, we talking stuff like that, but sometimes you just think about like, damn, I need to get something to eat soon. You just think that, and then it pops up, or something that you're into. But in a sense, everybody's a victim of this cell phone thing. And it's a mini computer that's in your pocket, and it does everything that you want it to do, just about. And it's like, it's taking over, man. And I don't think that's a good thing. I'm not the biggest fan of it, you know, and I fall victim to it from time to time, but I catch myself, and I'm like, you know, even with the everybody doing this now, the Chat GPT thing, like, it's to the point, okay, like I said, it's taking free will. It's to the point now where people ask Chat GPT everything instead of thinking for yourself or trying to figure out the solution on your own. You're not even using your own brain anymore. It's hacking your thoughts, it's thinking for you, it's telling you what to do. And people think that's okay. I don't think that's okay as far as a society of people that's supposed to be critical thinkers. You know what I mean? You're supposed to create, you know, like, it's taken away from the real artists. It's creating cartoons or videos where people can't even create music. It's taking over music. It's doing everything. And it's crazy that people don't see that it's one movie, I forgot what it's something where basically technology is doing everything for humanity, and humanity just turns into lazy slobs and don't do anything, don't even want to think for themselves, because why? I got, you know, the computer to do it. And I don't like that, because I feel like that's where we're headed. That's why they so amped up on these AI data centers, and they trying to put them everywhere, because that's what they want. You know, they want sheep. They don't want people. You know what I mean? They want sheep that follow and are docile and submissive to the law or the new world. You know what? You know what I mean? That's for the sake of YouTube. But yeah, that's what I feel about that. What do you guys think? You know what I mean? Do you agree? Are you, you know, addicted to your phone, to technology? Can you get rid of technology? Can you take a break from technology? I honestly think you should learn to take a break every now and then. Like doom scrolling, it's a real thing. People will scroll. Next thing you know, it's like 3 hours. You doing this for 3 hours. Think about that. That makes no sense. Those 3 hours, you could have did something. You could have cleaned up. You could have went to the gym. You know, you could have read a book, you know? And I don't know, man. I don't like the way that's where it's going. And, you know, I feel like, I thought it was just like in the States, but it's like global, man. It's everywhere. Everybody's doing that. And to be sucked into your phone, as bad as people are, it's going to change humanity forever. It will, if we don't change or stop now or learn some discipline and take a break from it, because it makes no sense. You know what I mean? And I know it's kind of like crazy that you're watching this probably on your phone, but you don't really hear anybody telling you. So at least you're getting a good message from it. So let this be, you know, a lesson to all that's watching. Take a break. You know what I mean? Take a break. Go outside, enjoy nature, and, you know, relax. Get in the sunlight. Put your feet in the grass. You know what I mean? Something other than that. Because we were born, we're organic, you know what I mean, creatures, and we need to experience that. We need these surroundings, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like I just needed to share that with you guys, because I see it a lot, you know, especially with the kids too. The kids are the ones that you really have to watch, because if you know, give your kid technology all the time because you don't want them, you feel like they're bugging you and all that stuff, they're doomed. They're going to be doomed. You know, you have to enhance critical thinking into their minds. You have to, you know, create a bond and help them learn communication skills through human experiences, not a device. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the most important in my opinion. But you know how I do. I'm not here to preach, but this is a video, It's short. I just wanted to talk to my people. Hopefully everybody's doing great. And I'll see you sooner than later. Peace out.